Hello, karibuni sana katika lesson ya leo, lesson 5. And in this lesson, we're going to be covering the major learning outcome of self-introduction dialogues. But before that, let's look at our other key learning outcomes as we go ahead with the lesson. Our learning outcomes that by the end of this lesson should be, number 1, you should be able to use some simple Swahili basic phrases such as thank you, bye-bye, we'll see each other later. Number 2, you should be able to learn how to introduce yourself in Kiswahili easily. What's your name? My name is, and use some simple Swahili dialogues. So these are our 3 key learning outcomes for this lesson 5. So let's have a look at some of the basic phrases that we have. The first phrase is goodbye. Do you know that? Give it a try. It's kwaheri. It's kwaheri. And I want to hear the intonation on he, kwaheri. Fantastic. If you wanted to say goodbye to many people, you'd say it is as kwaherini. Kwaherini. Can you try and pronounce that? Kwaherini. Kwaherini. So anytime that you're putting the plural, you add an ni at the end there to make it plural. Thank you to goodbye to many people. See you later. Tutaonana baadaye. Tutaonana baadaye. Oh, the first time that people see this phrase, they're always freaked out. Like, how do I pronounce that? Tutaonana. I like splitting it into two. Tutaonana, but you say it quicker. Tutaonana baadaye. Anytime in Kiswahili you have double vowels, like these 2 A's, you prolong them. Baadaye. Baadaye. Can you now try and pronounce this? Your turn. Tutaonana baadaye. Perfect. Let's look at the other phrase. You too. Wewe pia. Can you try and pronounce that? Wewe pia. The word wewe in Kiswahili means you, and the word pia means too. It also means as well. It also means also. Pia. Wewe pia. Fantastic. The other phrase I wanted us to have a look at, which is a very common phrase every day that we use. Sleep well. I knew you knew that. Can you try and remind me? Hey, lala salama. Lala means sleep. Salama means peaceful. Do you remember that greeting? Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Salam. Peaceful. So very important to know that. Lala salama means sleep peacefully, sleep well, good night. This is a common phrase that we say in English. So those are the first 4 key phrases that I wanted us to say it kwa Kiswahili. And let's try and remind ourselves how to say it. Goodbye. Kwaheri. That is to one person. To many people, kwaherini. See you later. Your turn. Can you remind me how we said it? Tutaonana baadaye. You too. Wewe pia. Sleep well. Good night. Lala salama. Well done. Vizuri sana. Very well. If you wanted to make it plural, you'd say it as laleni salama. So you can see we are adding an E-N-I here to make it plural. Laleni salama. You might be thinking, why did we not add an E here, but we've added an E here? Kwaheri is an Arabic word, meaning that it is ending with an I, but lala is a Bantu verb. It's a native or local verb, which is lala. It's ending with an A, so hence we have to drop this A to an E. That's why we're saying laleni to make it plural. So sleep well to many people. Laleni salama. Can you try and pronounce that? Your turn. Sante. Have a nice day. Good. How do we say this? Siku njema. Can you try and pronounce that again? Siku njema. Siku njema. Siku njema. Swahili people, we speak quite quickly, so I want you to start learning how to speak quickly. So siku means day, njema means fine or good or nice. Siku njema. Very well. I've been using this phrase a lot and I'll be using it in a lot of my lessons. Always watch out for that. Vizuri kabisa. Vizuri kabisa. It means very well. If you're doing very well, your pronunciations are good and you remember very well, I'll be telling you vizuri kabisa. Thank you. Every person knows this word or this phrase. Can you remind me? How do you say it? Asante. Asante. If you wanted to say thank you to many people, we'll say it as asanteni. Again, the E here, I've put it here, so that it becomes asanteni. All of you, thank you. Asanteni. What about thank you very much? How would you say that? Asanteni sana. You've gone to a meeting and you're saying, thank you everyone. So everyone is saying bye to you at the airport. Asanteni sana. Very good. So those are our first key, about 8 phrases on our first slide. So that is very important for you to learn those phrases. They are day-to-day phrases which we need to learn. If you wanted to make it plural, how do you say it? Got you. Asanteni sana. Good. The second phrases that we're going to learn here are how do you go to a knock and knock at someone's door. So maybe most of the time in English you just go knock. Hello, anyone in? But in Swahili we have a special word that we use, and that is hodi. Can I hear that from you? Hodi. Yeah, it's you knock the door and you accompany the knock with that word hodi. And then when they welcome you, how would they say welcome? Come in. Karibu. Karibu. Your turn. If they wanted to welcome many people, if you want the one saying welcome everyone in my house, Karibuni. Karibuni. Can I hear you say that? Very good. Come in. Ingia. Come in. Ingia. So these two phrases are commonly used with each other. So karibu is welcome. And sometimes say karibu, ingia, welcome, enter, come in. Sante sana. If you wanted to make it welcome all of you, ingieni. So karibuni, ingieni. Karibuni, ingieni. So these three phrases will work all of them together, like knock knock, someone approaches someone's door, someone is approaching your door. Hodi hodi, hodi. Karibu, ingia. If there are many people, hodi. Karibuni, ingieni. That is very important to learn. Sante. So you can see again here, we have dropped the R and adopted an E and then NI to make it plural for Bantu verbs. Bantu verbs are all verbs that end with an R, so they're going to be taking ENI. I'll be talking about verbs in the next lesson. Sorry, how do you say that kwa Swahili? It's a very common phrase. Pole. Can you say that? What about if you wanted to say sorry to everyone? So what would you say? I can't wait to hear that. Can you give it a go before you get the answer? Poleni. Oh, shouldn't be smiling. It's sorry to everyone. Poleni. I'm late. Poleni. Sorry to all of you. Pole. Sorry to one person. No worries. It means no worries. Everyone knows that from the Lion King. Hakuna matata. Hakuna matata. But from today, this is very touristy. If you go in Kenya or Tanzania or East Africa and you're saying hakuna matata, you look very tourist. But I want us to teach us a new word. Hamna shida. When you say that, people will give, whoa, you know something else. Hamna shida. It still means no worries. So in Kenya, we don't say hakuna matata all the time. We just say hamna shida. Hakuna matata is for the tourists. But if you're happy to use it, why not? Go ahead and use it. Please. How do you say please kwa Kiswahili? An Arabic word. Tafadhali. Remember the intonation when we did the syllable sounds? The DH, the letters DH is the same as the TH, which is a th. So I don't want to hear tafadali. We don't have tafadali or Ramadan. We have Ramathan. Tafadhali. So tha. Tafadhali. What if you wanted to say please to many people? Tafadhalini. Whoa, it's a long word. I want to hear your pronunciation. Your turn. Asante. Tafadhalini. Brilliant. Well done for going through the second 6 phrases, which are very common day-to-day phrases that you're going to encounter in Kiswahili. Let's go through them again. Hodi. Karibu. Karibuni. Ingia. Ingieni. Pole. Poleni. Hamna shida. Tafadhali. Tafadhalini. Good. I want you on your own free time as you go through this, try and pronounce this all the time. Do some flashcards and practice as much as you can. So the third part of our key basic phrases in Kiswahili will include things like good morning. In this case, I'm looking for how are you this morning? How do we say that kwa Kiswahili? Habari za asubuhi. Your turn. Can you try and pronounce that? Habari za asubuhi. So if you wake up in the morning and you want to say hello everyone in the morning, habari za asubuhi. Hello to one person in the morning, habari za asubuhi. Perfect. Second key phrase I wanted us to have a look at is have a good afternoon. Yeah, have a good afternoon. Times in Swahili are very important. And how do we say that? Mchana mwema. I want to hear your chana. Mchana mwema. Can you try and pronounce that? Your turn. Perfect. Mchana mwema. Okay, how do we say that in Kiswahili? Sawa. And some people even repeat it. Sawa sawa. Like, okay, I get it. Sawa sawa. How do we say have a good evening in Swahili? So it's good we're learning different times of day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Jioni njema. Can you say that? Can you pronounce that again? Jioni njema. Yes. Very common key phrase in Kiswahili all the time. Ndio. Ndio. No. Everyone is trying to sell to you things and you're, no, I don't want it. Hapana. Hapana. Perfect. So these are very key phrases in Kiswahili and we use them on a day-to-day. So let's just go through them again. Good morning. Your turn. And I want you to say it quickly. Habari za asubuhi. Remember, it's a question, so I don't want habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi. Have a good afternoon. Mchana mwema. Okay. Sawa. Sawa sawa. Have a good evening. Jioni njema. Yes. Ndio. No. Hapana. Perfect.